Have any intentions of really trading any of them? I don't know if this is in the rules. I don't really care. But I think we've already discussed we are going to trade coaches. Fee's going to take her coach, Sandy Brondello. Let's get it. It's going to be amazing. Sorry, WNBA, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule. So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa! The WNBA All-Star Game just witnessed its most savage moment in league history. A move so audacious it felt like a scene from a television drama. In a stunning display of power that no one saw coming, a single player upended the entire event, meticulously crafting a legendary story of revenge, strategy, and a definitive shift in the balance of power.
Yeah, if that's not in the rule. Sorry, ESPN, if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule. So, Sandy Brondello, come on over.
Whoa!
Let's get to it. You can coach Sabrina. So, therefore, maybe Stewie wants to come on over to my team.
Whoa!
Let me know. Fee, you want to give me Stewie?
We have breaking news here. I don't know that I've heard of a coach being traded in the All-Star Game. This is something that you're agreeing to, Fee. There's no terms to this deal.
I agree with Cheryl. I agree with the trade. I love Cheryl. She's my coach here. And you know what? That's just going to be worse for Team Clark because now we got more chemistry on our side. We got more synergy. We know what we expect from each other. So that was a bad move on your part, Caitlin. We're taking you down.
The key players in this blockbuster drama were perfectly cast. At the center was Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenomenon who is less a basketball player and more a cultural force, carrying the weight of the sport's future on her shoulders. Opposing her, at least symbolically, was Cheryl Reeve, the decorated veteran coach and gatekeeper of the old guard. And caught in the middle, delivering the most memorable reaction of the night, was Sabrina Ionescu, the cerebral and respected star whose response added the final perfect layer to the unfolding chaos.
Maybe it's going to be the X Factor. The coaches are maybe going to be the X Factor.
Hey, Sandy, defending champion, loves to shoot threes, lets her players get after it. I don't know. I'm feeling good with Sandy and Sabrina on my team. Like I said, if you want to send Stewie over too, I'll take her. So
what's the offer? What's the offer for Stewie?
What's the offer here?
But what most casual viewers failed to grasp was the intricate web of history beneath the surface. This was not a spontaneous, playful trade made for laughs. It was a cold, calculated message, a public receipt for one of the biggest and most debated controversies of the year. This was Caitlin Clark using a national stage to send a message that would not only echo through the league, but would also permanently redefine its power structure.
What was your favorite play individually tonight with the 3 blocks and also the offense? What was your favorite play for you? And Coach, you may have been involved in the first ever coach trade of any All-Star game ever. Just want to get your thoughts on that in your mind. First for you, Leo.
They announced it? Yeah. That you got traded? Yeah. Oh, I got to go look at all that. Traded? I have no idea what the teams are. Second time in history now. Jeez, as a player.
Now let's be real about what this move actually meant. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment decision. Caitlin knew
It all unfolded during what was meant to be a predictable and lighthearted all-star draft. The air was filled with friendly banter and polite applause as the league's biggest names were selected one by one. The event was following a familiar, comfortable script, lulling everyone into a sense of normalcy. But that normalcy was about to be shattered in the most spectacular fashion imaginable.
And I got traded, yes. My son hit me up. After he goes, I've created history. This is awesome. I got traded as a coach. But look, I get to coach with Sabrina. I'm on Caitlin Clark's in Indianapolis. I mean, what a great show. So we'll go out there and have some fun.
With the cameras rolling and a live national audience watching, Caitlin Clark stepped up to the microphone, her expression calm and unreadable. She then dropped a bombshell that sent an immediate shockwave through the entire sport. She announced without a hint of hesitation that she was trading away her assigned All-Star coach, Cheryl Reeve, in a direct swap for the New York Liberty's head coach, Sandy Brondello.
Sandy at the All-Star game. Right here, Betty.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited. It's never happened to me before, so this is the first time. Obviously super comfortable being able to go there with a coach that loves me, and I'm really excited to be able to just kind of share that together. I mean, I think it's obviously an honor to be able to go with my teammate, but also the coaching staff and everyone. Like, it's a time to celebrate, obviously, our accomplishments, but hers as well. Like, it's not easy to be like a top coach and have to go do that. So I'm excited to kind of be able to spend that all together.
And then you're on Clark, and Brianna's obviously on Collier. Caitlin tried to trade for her at the end, but it fell through at the last minute. Are you guys going to make any like deals or bets on the game between teammates, or what's that going to be like to be foes for a day?
It'll be weird. Maybe we'll just allow each other to trade off baskets and shoot. But no, I mean, the All-Star Game's always fun. It's not that competitive, and it's just kind of you get to go out there, enjoy, have fun, and just kind of celebrate the accomplishments. So I'm excited for all of us.
With a cool, almost terrifying confidence, Clark looked directly into the camera lens, addressing the league and the network as if they were minor obstacles. Sorry WNBA if that's not in the rules. Sorry ESPN if that's not in the rules, but we just made it a rule. The audacity was stunning. The words hung in the air, instantly transforming a friendly exhibition into an unmissable and historic television moment. In that single sentence, a rookie player had seized control of the entire event. As jaws collectively dropped and the on-air talent scrambled to process what had just happened, all eyes instinctively turned to Sabrina Ionescu. Just moments before this chaos erupted, Clark had selected Ionescu, her longtime rival and respected peer, to be a cornerstone of her all-star team. The two were set to be teammates, a compelling enough storyline on its own. But now, Ionescu was forced to watch as her own trusted coach from the New York Liberty was being forcibly traded to that very same team. As the pieces clicked into place, a sly, knowing smirk spread across Ionescu's face. She looked over at the growing spectacle and delivered the 5 iconic words that would immediately go viral across the internet. "You can't escape me." That seemingly simple comment was loaded with layers of meaning. On one level, it was a playful jab, a moment of levity in a tense situation, but on a deeper level, it was a powerful statement. It was an instant acknowledgement of the deep, telepathic chemistry she and Brondello had built in New York, and it served as a subtle but clear warning to their opponents. Team Clark was now operating with an insider advantage that no one else could replicate. To truly understand the chilling precision of Clark's move, you have to look beyond the draft floor and into the recent past. This was not a random decision made in the heat of the moment. This was the final decisive move in a public chess match that had been simmering for months, rooted in a deep sense of disrespect and a desire for payback. The coach that Caitlin Clark so publicly and unceremoniously discarded, Cheryl Reeve, was not just any coach. She was the head coach of the USA Basketball Selection Committee, the very figure who presided over the incredibly controversial decision to leave Clark, the sport's biggest star and ratings driver, off the roster for the 2024 Paris Olympics. That Olympic snub had ignited a national firestorm. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers were baffled by the decision, arguing that leaving Clark at home was a massive mistake for the growth of the game. Reeve then fanned the flames by making public comments that many perceived as dismissive, suggesting the overwhelming media focus on Clark was excessive. The tension was real, and it was simmering just below the surface. So, when Caitlin Clark was handed a national stage and a live microphone, she didn't just make a simple trade for a new coach. She settled a score in the most public way imaginable. It was a direct and brutal act of retaliation, a masterfully executed power play that was silently but clearly understood by everyone in the basketball world. It was a dish served ice cold, and it sent an unmistakable message. You deemed me not good enough for your team. I'm deeming you not good enough to coach mine. The immediate fallout from this single, decisive move created a beautiful and compelling chaos throughout the league. The coach who was unwittingly traded for, Sandy Brondello, handled the bizarre situation with an incredible mix of class and amusement, her reaction preventing the drama from turning sour, and instead cementing it as a legendary moment. She later revealed that her own son, watching the events unfold, had texted her right after it happened. He congratulated her on making history as the first coach ever to be traded in an all-star game, perfectly capturing the strange, unprecedented nature of the situation. By embracing the chaos with a smile, Brondello became an essential and beloved character in the story. But the move also cast long, awkward shadows elsewhere. Nafisa Collier, a star player for the Minnesota Lynx, is coached by Cheryl Reeve during the regular season. She now found herself on the opposing all-star team, preparing to compete against a squad that had just publicly rejected her longtime mentor. The psychological complexity was undeniable. Loyalties were instantly scrambled. Professional relationships were thrown into a bizarre new context, and the entire all-star game was suddenly infused with a layer of real, palpable palpable tension that no marketing team could have ever manufactured. The game was no longer just an exhibition, it was the stage for the next chapter in a gripping saga. This event, however, transcended personal rivalries. It was a watershed moment for player empowerment in professional sports, a sign that the ground was fundamentally shifting. We all witnessed a second-year player single-handedly dismantle and rewrite the rules of a league-sanctioned event, not through negotiation, but through sheer force of will. Clark didn't form a committee or ask for permission behind the scenes. She simply announced her new reality to the world and dared the entire establishment to challenge her authority. It was a breathtaking display of the immense influence and cultural capital she wields, proving that her power extends far beyond the basketball court. This was a clear and direct message being sent to the old guard of the league and to sports hierarchies everywhere. The new generation of superstars, led by unapologetic and business-savvy figures like Clark, is no longer content to wait their turn or ask for a seat at the table. They are seizing power on their own terms and reshaping their leagues in their own image. And while the sheer drama of the moment was captivating, there was a hidden layer of strategic genius to Clark's move that the most astute observers immediately recognized. This wasn't just a petty act of revenge fueled by emotion. It was an incredibly intelligent and calculated basketball decision. By acquiring Sandy Brondello, Clark instantly imported a championship-level chemistry that was already deeply embedded between Brondello and Sabrina Ionescu. She gained a coach and a star point guard who already possessed a non-verbal, instinctive understanding of one another. It was a move that simultaneously settled a personal score while giving her team a tangible strategic advantage before a single practice had even been held. What this single chaotic trade truly captured was the electrifying dawn of a new era for the WNBA. The league is currently experiencing a meteoric rise in popularity and cultural relevance, a surge driven almost entirely by bold, transcendent personalities who understand that authentic, unscripted drama is what creates unforgettable moments and draws in massive new audiences. Looking back, the trade was a perfect storm of modern sports entertainment. It was a deeply personal revenge story, a brilliant strategic maneuver, and a bold declaration of absolute power, all rolled into one incredible package. It was, in essence, a masterclass in how to be a modern superstar in the 21st century. Caitlin Clark's audacious coach swap will be remembered for years to come as a definitive turning point in WNBA culture. It was the moment a player proved she was bigger than the rules, and Sabrina Ionescu's iconic reaction served as the perfect punctuation mark on a piece of living history. It solidified the fact that in the new WNBA, the players aren't just in the game anymore, they are running it.